Good morning. Welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Addo, Samantha Perry with you on a beautiful Wednesday morning here at Gulfstream Park. And that is significant because from now to the end of the championship meet with that Curlin Florida Derby at the end of March, we will run a 5-day racing week here Wednesday through Sunday from here on out.
Yep, it's exciting. It's hump day. Just getting people through that halfway mark of the week, but ours is just starting.
Ours is just starting. There you go. And a lot is just starting as well because now the Pegasus World Cup on January 27th, 2 weeks from Saturday, and we're starting to get more names and contenders and get a little more finite idea of what's going on. Huge day. Make sure you check the website. You can still get tickets. We'll have a lot to talk about throughout the course of not only the race, but the lead up to the race as well. But Wednesday racing, 9 of them for you here on a fast and firm day. You see the weather. It's beautiful behind us. We're happy to have you aboard. Rainbow Six is getting up there too now. Yep. Race number 4 today. $250,000.
It is, yeah, and I'm going to tell you, it's not easy today, tomorrow, or Friday.
No, and if this thing keeps going, it's going to grow very, very quickly, as certainly on Wednesday, and not only throughout the championship meet, but now at Wednesday, all eyes here on Gulfstream Park. The pool should be very, very healthy today. The turf course is in play. Let's get to the opener as well. The early pick 5 is in play in the opener. We'll go 5.5 furlongs on the Tapeta and 12.5 maiden claimers here for the fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. I have a ticket here. I had to whittle it down a little bit because this is a tough sequence, I thought, to kick off the card. Initially it was $96. The single is in race number 2 to Madicat's Arrow, just the old in IRAD we trust kind of angle. 4 deep in race number 3 with the top pick, the 2, and that is my long shot today. Flatter Me. In race number 4, the top pick is also the 2. Hey Harry, and then 34 in race number 5, win 99 on a drop for Steve Badu on a $48 ticket. Samantha will start off here in the opener, which is not easy. I think it's a lot more going on than just even money on the 2, My Royal Vow, and of course very, very early, but that's where you land for Christophe Clement.
Yeah, not anything creative here with this one. I like the cutback here. The races at Aqueduct showed a little bit of 2-turn speed, which I like. Well, the Tapeta, it's a big question here, but a few of these it's a big question for. So I just sometimes I think you just kind of have to go with what's in front of you, and I don't trust anybody in this race, honestly.
Well, the last part of your sentence I think is very, very fair. It's tough to get a good gauge and have a lot of confidence on anyone in here. The Clement barns have been very, very hot to start the meet. I don't know, $40,000 maiden claimers, New York breds, and now we're open, but still, I would think I would just want this horse to hurry a little bit.
Yeah.
Christophe owns this horse as well, and bred this horse for that matter. I'm taking a stab with the 1, Breath of Heaven. Speed, and if you look at her 2 best races, literally the only 2 times she's run a respectable speed figure, they were on the turf. So maybe she'll handle this.
Yeah, and there's a work on the Tapeta. The last 2 works. So that's a good sign that they were quick enough. She handled it well, so there you go.
First time in Kathleen O'Connell's barn, and she's 18%, so that's solid enough.
Right.
Some joint interest in both the 5, Rita Marley, and the 7, True Martini. But again, can you trust anybody in here?
Negative. And I was all about Rita Marley last time.
Yeah.
Now we're going to try another surface.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't think so.
No.
On the firm turf course here in race number 2, it kicks off the early pick 4 and a maiden optional claimer. Fillies and mares 4 and up. The Florida breds do not have to be in for the $40,000 tag. Samantha's got that early 4 ticket, and we'll take a look at it now.
Yeah, I do, and I do have a long shot in this sequence here, but we'll get to that in just a second. Race 3, I do have the 6 on top. That is the Thrill of Victory. Race number 4, there's the single there, El Matador. And in race number 5, just too deep. There are some scratches, but the 4 I do have on top. A $9 play here.
All right, let's get into this now. We go 1 mile and a 16th on the turf. This, again, maiden optional claimer here. You're going to start it. We got a few replays to show, but are you you are on Searchy. Is this your long shot?
It is.
I like it. Go
yes. The only time this horse was on the grass, it was in a different barn. It was in Brad Cox's barn, but the winner was her stablemate, Heavenly Sunday. She's multiple graded stakes winner on the grass. Yep, and she ran on the off-track dirt at Churchill to win a stakes race when they closed out. So she was just chasing her stablemate that day. Ron Spatz got home, upset me with my, I thought was being crafty, big pick 3 on Sunday with a 20-1 shot. That was. This barn is sneaky with some things, and I think that he's making some big changes. You're seeing some of his horses coming back off a little bit of a layoff, first time gelding, taking blinkers off, putting them on. But I think that this is a filly she's just going to really appreciate getting on the grass, and blinkers come off. Jorge Ruiz, he's really fantastic on the grass, just a very patient grass rider. Yep. And I think that she fits here.
Yeah, Ronnie's had a good meet, too, quietly. I mean, he doesn't throw numbers at you, but everything that he sent out there has been very, very live. I auto-default to the 2, Madicat's Arrow. You look at the turf race 2 back, albeit at 77-1 at Aqueduct, and no one's going to beat that race, or at least that figure. And IRAD's here.
Yeah, exactly, and you're going to get that money on there, too.
You're not getting 77-1 today, I can tell you that. We've got a replay to show of kind of the gangs all here. British Empress, Not Dude, and Digital Trade. I'll let you take it away.
So the rail was incredible this day. As you can see from the main track behind us, we got rain. The rail was very tight. British Empress ran absolutely amazing against a rail bias here. Switched into the right lead late. Lauren Robson has been waiting to get this horse on the grass. She has some early foot. I like that a lot. The winner that day just was too good for Dave Fox, and British Empress just ran really well. And I've always thought she was really going to suit the turf just with her higher knee action. She was floated out a bit wide, as you saw in that replay. Nadu Dead, I'm not too impressed with. I thought British Empress really just ran the better race that day. Yeah,
remember we bought that race? We were rooting for British Empress.
Oh, yeah, we were. 60-1. It was huge. I was up here yelling for Lauren with this horse. So maybe today we'll get a little bit of a different feel since we're going to be on the grass.
Yeah, I think Lauren's got 3 or 4 horses, former exercise rider for Todd Pletcher, Rags to Riches, among others, and she does a very good job with what she has. Race number 3 now will go 1.70 miles on the Tapeta 4 and up. 16,003 L's in here, and we're a little bit all over the place, and I think it's that kind of race. You are on the 6, the thrill of victory on a rise.
Yeah, and coming off of a victory as well. Now, I understand it just broke the non-winners of 2 type of race, but Kelly Breen, this is a barn that has kind of come to life now, and this is a good sign here. Paco Lopez, just Kelly Breen's right-hand man here, drawn well. I feel like to the outside of who you got on top, could be a big threat here. I think the inside horses are more the threat, and I like the fact that I'm to the outside.
Yeah, I agree. Just maybe I thought the Rise might stumble this horse a little bit off the claim. Kelly does a good job. He doesn't claim a lot of horses. He's 23% off the claim, and, of course, Paco is here as well. This is my long shot here. The 2 Flatter Me, had a little bit of a trip last time, was in tight entering the far turn. You know, I don't know if he was going to win or not, but he would have been closer. Husband Materials right next door, and that's who beat him last time. I thought that was a pretty good 3L.
It was. It was. For the level, yes.
Yeah. And so that's kind of what I'm hitting at here. Spetro should be a little priced. Victor Barboza's struggled a little bit at the meet.
He has, but I like the trainer change
here. Of
course. This is a big move here, and I feel like that Belmont at Aqueduct meet, those races, the form is holding up quite well here.
Victor 42% with newcomers to the barn. This horse has never tried Tapeta or any all-weather surface for that matter. Charlie Baker does a good job in New York, but as she said, the stats are very, very telling for what Victor's got going on. Well, that's 3 of them down. That means we've got 6 to go here on the Wednesday card, and when we return, it's Rainbow Six time, $250,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee. Stay tuned.
And they're off in the Pegasus World Cup. They're off in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. And they're off in the Curlin Florida Derby. White Arboreal almost home.
And Nyquist is still unbeaten. Orb and John Velasquez have won the Florida Derby.
Barbaro wins.
And there you have it. Northern Dancer will be the winner of the Florida Derby.
It's tradition. Every year, the stars gather for a spectacle. Stars of the racing world collide
What a sport! What a horse!
to cement their legacy in their quest for greatness. Bear witness as we raise the stakes and shatter the status quo. Watch as the brightest stars in fashion take the stage, and we forge unforgettable memories. Be part of this storied heritage. Revel in performances from the superstars of entertainment, and the unexpected awaits you at every turn. Join us in this unrivaling celebration, where champions ascend and legends are created. This is the Pegasus World Cup, where stars align.
And welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you again. Wednesday racing here now through the end of the championship meet, Wednesday through Sunday, and it's a big day here as well because the Rainbow Six kicks off in race number 4, $250,000. $250,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee, and if you're with us, as you should be each and every day, those pools have been blowing the gross guarantees out of the water. I don't see why we wouldn't today. Let's take a look at my ticket today on a fast and firm day. Beautiful weather here in Hollandale Beach. We'll get to this one in a second. Race number 5, I've got the 3 win 99 on a drop for Steve Badu. Race number 6, the top pick in there is going to be the 4, and that is infamous No. Race number 7, there you can see the best bet of the day. Low-hanging fruit now, especially with a key scratch in that race. Sandpiper Memory is going to be very, very short number. He was 9-5 before the key scratch. Race number 8, good one on the turf. I go to the 4, Ready to Jam. And then in race number 9, there you can see we're just throwing a dart there, and it's going to land hopefully on the 1, Talking Wonders, who could have been a long shot for me as well. $36 Rainbow for me. Samantha will kick it off in race number 4, $170 on the Tapeta. $25,000 maiden claimers here, 3-year-olds and up. It's a clean field of 7, and you are outside to the 7 in El Matador on what is a very, very big drop where this son of includes Ben in his first 2 starts. Big drop, and going to try the surface for the first time here. But this horse, I feel like, for one, is not facing a lot. Right.
Has that 2-turn experience, and that's coming from Oaklawn. Now, I will preface this with this. Oaklawn sometimes, that's a tough track to run across. And I think this horse could go one or 2 ways. One, absolutely flourish that he's not in such a deep surface at Oaklawn and just skip across the Tapeta, or that race will have taken something out of him. So it could go either way.
I mean, you could make, he's 5-2 in here. You could also make, if you're against him a little bit, and I've got him. I mean, can this horse run at all? We don't know. He's been 9-1 and 4-1, and he hasn't really run at all. Riley Mott put blinkers on last time. Maybe this wakes him up now on what is a stiff drop. Got to try Tapeta again here as well, but he's certainly going to look to the left of him and probably like what he sees. Hey Harry is the 2. I don't know if he can try to get over Tapeta, but I think, especially now with Paco aboard, he's probably going to control in here, right?
Has to. This is a horse that could probably just steal it on the lead. Right. And on Sunday we saw that speed was good up until the very last race. That was the only race that we saw a horse pass a horse, the maiden for Brian Lynch. But Sunday the rail was good, the speed was good. Nobody was passing on the outside with the exception of that last race. So if it's similar, and we haven't really gotten a spike in temperatures since Sunday, it could be a similar play today, but pay attention in those earlier races.
Yeah, and it has been dry since Sunday, and I think that's important too, because maybe that will give the stalker closers a little more fair go of it, because as we've talked about time and time again, when it rains around here, it can tighten up. Sugar, it's Eli in the mix as well for Jimmy Beggs, got some speed too.
Yeah, has some speed, and those races at Woodbine, sometimes they need a race as well, so we'll see, but at least has the all-weather surface experience
behind him. Late pick 5 kicks off in race number 5. We're back at a mile 70 on the Tapeta. These are 4 and up. The tag is 12-5. We'll throw it to Samantha. Key scratch in here of not only the 5, See My Meister, and the 6, Grand Soiree, and we'll take a look at her ticket now.
Yeah, this was a tough one a little bit for me here. You can see the early pick 3, a 2x2x3. Race 6, I do have the 7 on top. Race number 7. I do have the 7 on top. This is Sandpiper Memories. I think that's your best bet, right?
It is.
At race number 8, this is my best bet of the day, the 2. And in race number 9, the finale, the 2, Chloe's Toy. We'll see. She ran against the rail bias last time. We'll see if that picks up for her. $18 to play.
Scratches will hurt any value you were trying to extract out of this race, and we weren't going to get much of it because we both got the same 2 in here. Let's lead with your pick because you want to show the replay as well of Spites per Comete, who was in with Grand Soiree, who was out, but it was Spites that did all the running here.
Yes, it was, and this was a huge run on the outside for this horse. It was just for the open, claiming 10 level. They bet the horse this day, and it wasn't. I felt like this was a tough race for the level. The Burning Man is good. Watch the Music is good. There are just some horses in here that played well, and this horse was just geared down. It's hard to pair him up on the Tapeta, but I feel like in a race like this is not a bad thing.
No, Jose D'Angelo off the claim's never a bad thing either. He's about 25%, and Paco is on the rewrite here. I thought Win 99 was clearly, was way over his head last time. Off the claim for Steve Badu. You see Fly the W, see Tis Romantic. Even Bryce Canyon on his day is a darn good Tapeta horse. He's going to meet a lot of friends here, and the last time he was with friends, albeit for Eddie Plesa Jr., he won by, length of the stretch.
Exactly. That's the whole thing here is this horse was just way, like you said, over his head last time, and now you're sitting on hopefully what is a good effort.
Yeah, let me give you some jockey updates in this race as well. Anthony Thomas on the 1, Sean Levy on the 2 carrying 121, and Louis Saez is going to get aboard the 3, and that's a nice catch ride for Louis.
Yes.
So take note of those 3 in there. Late pick 4 kicks off in race 6. I'll send that out. 6.5 on a fast main track, 4 and up, which I've never won 2 at the bottom here, 62.50. And we do have a scratch of the 3 Circle the Moon and the 5 Toyota and the 6 Anthony's Rocket. So we got a little bit of stuff going on, and we got an exacta that's reversed in here. And you go Scaramanga, who also tangled with Norfie 2 back, and we want to show you that now.
Yeah, because I think this is a good thing to see that Norfie, I don't feel like is that good.
I couldn't agree with you more. Norfie's a huge fade tonight.
Yep, so this is why, because Norfie here looked like he's just supposed to run right on by Scaramanga here, and he just really pulls the H word, and Scaramanga just keeps on going. Now, Norfie has had a victory since then, obviously, because this was the maiden victory for Scaramanga, but I think Norfie, the slop on the day after Christmas really helped this horse, and that's why he got the victory, and it was a big margin, and I think people will see that and go, oh, okay, this horse might be a little bit, especially with the scratches, but there you see it. It's
yes,
yeah, it's not, it's a fade.
And that's why I didn't pick him, and I actually scratch into my pick. I had the 5 Toyota on top. I don't know what to tell you about Infamous No. He was in for a quarter last time at 9-1 off the claim for Jorge Delgado. Does such a good job. He beat 1 horse home, and now you can have him for 62.50. 2 starts removed from being claimed for a quarter.
Yeah, and maybe that last race just kind of got to him because he broke through the gate before that last race, and that can kind of shake up a horse a little bit, and we'll see.
No, it's not a good sign. That's kind of what we're saying here because the barn is so good off the claim. Race number 7, we go back to 1 mile and 70 on the Tapeta. Fillies and Mares 4 and up. The tag is 20. Edgar Perez is going to ride the 1 La Ruja. We both have the top pick, and I kind of upped the ante a little bit because Sandpiper Memories is my best bet of the day.
All right. I mean, this was a really strong race. Is coming out of.
Yeah, I mean, this is perfect for what she is today because she ran darn good last time. You run second to Demogorgon, you're doing okay. Don't get pickled is okay as well. And the beauty of it is, some people say, oh, she's dropping, though, off such a good run. Well, dig now, 2 back. They claimed her for 12.5.
Exactly. She's everything she's done has just been icing on the cake.
Right. So she's in for 20. They claimed her for 12.5. And now she's probably odds on for a barn. I know Ron O'Coy hasn't gotten a W yet. He's been sending out horses that have been running very well.
Yes, I couldn't agree more there.
Peace Seeker for you underneath. You go against not only Fernando Abreu, but you go against Powder Pop Racing at your own peril right now because this is a trainer and especially an ownership group that, my goodness, they're firing hot.
They are. Let's look at a stat here that I found with Fernando Abreu. This is just in the last month here. 5
Yeah,
for
there
11
you go.
on the
On
Tapeta,
Tapeta.
by the way. Look at this, 45%. This is
Yep.
incredible here. This horse you have to respect. Coming off of a bit of a freshening up here, but you got to watch out for this guy here.
Yeah. Now the race is on an all-weather. We're Tapeta, albeit at Presque Isle Downs. 5 for 50 with 20 seconds in third. So that's a little worrisome,
Yeah.
and that's probably one of the reasons you also have in second. Big Ben, Louisiana, also on the drop. That could certainly wake her up as well.
And get loose possibly.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. She could control things here. Good one in race 8. It's an optional claimer. 5 on a firm turf course for the 3-year-old fillies in here. We have a scratch of some long shots. That is the 5, Laconia, the 7, Alexandra's Song, and the 9, Emily's Wish. And it leaves us with a very, very competitive field. Fair Hope Curly going to run now on the turf for the first time for Safi.
This is my best bet today.
Wow.
This is my best bet. This is a filly that they claimed last out for a big number.
Yep, 75.
Yep, and I liked the race. She showed speed. Now the rails today are at 59 feet, and that kind of made the difference to me between the 11 and the 2 here. And
Right.
we'll talk about the 11. The scratches help the 11 move in, but
Yeah.
when the rails are like this, Fairhope Curly, let's go with this horse. Sean Levy will ride here. This is a rider that's just coming here for the winter time.
Right.
Has been getting on a lot of horses for Safi, and to me, this is a horse that is all right. Let's get a win here today.
Okay.
Yeah.
She ran okay in the Indian Summer. I remember we showed that replay.
Yeah, she did.
When she ran here on the 24. It didn't fire on the Tapeta, tired very badly. 75 is a big number. She's right back. Daughter of Bashir. She's probably going to be she is going to be the inside speed. The question
Exactly.
is,
How far can she take
yeah, how far can she take it? I've got Golden Canary. Mark Cassidy holds all the aces here with 2 heavy hands. We'll show you Golden Canary. This is the Woodbine race?
It is.
Last time.
Yep, this is the Woodbine race, and this was a stakes race here. This horse was pretty far out of it early on, and watch this weave through the traffic. I thought this was impressive, the 8 horse here. This is a nice turn of foot. I worry, though, if this horse will be a little bit behind the 8 ball.
It's going to be sharp for her. Irad is so adept at getting position and so adept at almost beating the gate. But I can see what you're saying there. That what we just saw 5 furlongs at Woodbine, and what you're going to see out here is night and day different. She's got a lot of class to her, though.
She does. That's the thing. She might just outclass this field.
And then the other Cassie, the 4, Ready to Jam, who comes out of the Grade 1, Natalma, and just missed in the Catch a Glimpse, and she's certainly a heavy hitter here too.
Yeah, definitely. And the races, I feel like she's one of those 6.5ers or 6 furlongs, so this might be a bit sharp, but might get set up well.
You should get a good price on your hope. It's a bold best bet, and this is the type of spot where if you can, maximize that in a race where some people might spread a little bit, you get 7-8 to 1 on your horse. You got something working there.
Yeah.
Race number 9, the finale. 5.5 on the Tapeta here. Fillies and mares 4 and up. $16,000, 2 L's. We do scratch the 3. Our Fortune Cookie out of this spot, and you are towards the inside with the 2, Chloe's Toy, and we can show the replay, and I'll let you take it away because Robin and Eli, the 8 horse today, is in this spot too for Powder Pop.
Yep, this is a day that the rail was very good. Robin and Eli felt like got really helped from this. Now it's the 7, Mount Sinai who ends up winning this race, and this horse just comes right up the rail, and Chloe's Toy is almost just like she got her feet stuck in the mud here, and there's no mud. This is all-weather surface, but look at how the rail just shot that horse through, and that I feel like that helps. Now, my point of showing that is Robin and Eli, I felt like was really helped with the rail there, and Chloe's Toy I felt like got the brunt of it there.
Yeah, you could see it there too. I mean, even Robin and Eli, even though she didn't finish in the top 3, she's running on.
She is, exactly.
Down inside, one of those rare days when the inside paths 1 and 2 were very good.
Exactly.
And I had it myself. I took a shot with the 1 Talking Wonders in here. She's dropping from a quarter. We don't know a lot about this trainer, Renico Lafon, but he's won races up at Woodbine. And this horse had a little trip last time against a lot better. Flirtini, we'll see this weekend, was really good that day.
Very good. And this is the second off the Woodbine angle.
Yeah.
Sometimes these, you make the point about the grass at Woodbine. Those races move a lot slower than they do here on the turf. Well, hey, same thing with this all-weather surface. It just, they move at a much quicker speed here, and this horse got that kind of wake up last time.
That was also facing winners for the first time too, so they threw a lot at her and she didn't blink at all.
Right.
And she's going to like this group for a quarter a lot better than what she just saw for 25, especially with Flirtini, who I said we're going to see later on during the racing week here. So 9 of them on this Wednesday card here, but before we leave you, of course, it's lightning round time, and as we do each and every Wednesday, we'll start it with the standings, because now we are firmly entrenched in the championship meet. And my goodness, Paco, just keep on keeping on.
Yeah, this has been really fun to watch, and we talk about this a lot with Paco. He's not always on the favorite here, and he's putting these horses in right spots, and his win percentage, not only like just leading and hitting the board, is very, very live. And of course, Irad, he's always giving his best foot forward, and good to see Edgar Zayas up there as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Edgar, one of the locals here that we get to see for the most part year round here. I know he dances around a little bit, but we do get to see him for the most part. And what Samantha alluded to, Paco, 28%.
Yeah, that's good.
At the meet. Irad's got 16 more mounts, and Irad's having a heck of a meet as well. We'll take a look at the trainer standings here now, and Safi has opened up. This is I might be wrong on this, but I think this is the first time we've seen the Hall of Famer Todd Pletcher on the board, correct?
I thought he was maybe at the end of it.
Okay.
Well, maybe
He's
not
coming.
last week. It was a long time between last Thursday and now.
Yeah, I think the big deal on this is to see Brian up there with 10 wins.
3 for 3 on Sunday.
3 for 3 on Sunday. I mean, Brian's not going to win the trainer's title. He can't. He doesn't have those kind of numbers. But for now, on January 10th, when we started 6 weeks ago, for Brian to be second and at the percentage he is, which is, this was not through Sunday, but he's at about 35%. It's remarkable, the job. And even the losses, everyone's pretty much run well.
Yes, definitely.
Pegasus, as we've mentioned here, front and center now on January 27th. Well, Wednesday racing. We'll start with Wednesday. We've reminded you now, 5 days right on through. Wednesday through Sunday racing schedule through the end of the championship meet, which culminates, of course, Saturday and the end of March with the Curlin Florida Derby. But next on the line there, Pegasus tickets. It's never too early, never too late, but they're going to go quickly. Get them now, and there you can see the lineup. Monster day here on January 27th.
It really is, and we get another list of some confirmed runners today, I believe, that's supposed to come out. So that's exciting. We'll kind of start narrowing down the field here, who's in and who's not, and we'll be taking you through it every step of the way. It's 17 days away.
Yeah, and we're going to draw a week from Saturday as well, so there's a lot of excitement percolating down here in Hollandale Beach. Your best bet?
It is Fairhope Curly.
All right. Oh, that's right. What should be? Maybe I missed that one. I don't know. 3 scratches aren't going to help you, but they were long shots.
Yeah.
But I'm a lot lower on the on the pecking order here. Sandpiper Memory's probably odds on now with the scratches. Your long shot?
Searchy in race number 2.
12, I think, right?
Yeah.
And I'm one race after with the 2 Flatter Me, who is 8-1, and. What do we got here?
Leslie's Rose tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Watch her.
This is a race that she's broke her maiden, and watch this. This was a huge, huge run by Leslie's Rose. Nobody in sight, and look at her level off too. She puts her head down and just goes after it. She's going to be fun to watch. Come back tomorrow. Yeah,
you can see the Mandy Pope colors there of Whisper Hill Farm, and I think she's 1-2 in there, and I would think she is going places because this was an absolute tour de force up there at Aqueduct. Well, that's it for us. Pete's upstairs. Aiello with the scratches and the changes. 9 of them for you on a Wednesday here, fast and firm, and $250,000 in the Rainbow Six Race 4. Get at it. Happy to have you aboard.